as your phones, that would be great. I know she's going to dazzle us, so take it away.
Good afternoon. My name is Eva DeRuyter. Welcome to my capstone, Sniffing Out the Future. Before we get started, I'd like to thank my friends, family, and panel members for being here today. You may ask why I chose the metaphor Sniffing Out the Future. I chose this metaphor because throughout my middle school years, my dog has been there to support me throughout everything. Whether I'm at my highest or my lowest, I don't have to worry about having someone there for me because my dog will always be there. The three driving questions we're going to be focusing on today are: how does my working experience shape who I am as a person? How did this help me identify my strengths and weaknesses? And how will this impact me in the future? The 5 universal contracts we're going to talk about throughout this presentation are collaboration, critical thinking, growth mindset, productivity and accountability, and complex communication. The first universal contract we're going to talk about is collaboration. The definition of collaboration is when you're working with someone to produce or complete a project. This relates to my metaphor because dogs collaborate non-verbally, yet can still spread a message through body language. Although my dog cannot physically speak to me with words, I still feel like we understand each other. My first piece of evidence is my No Boundaries group Game On. So in our group, we made social media posts to advertise Okoboji and Lake Park schools. And throughout the year, this helped my communication skills with collaborating with my team. My second piece of evidence is working with HLP. So this year for No Boundaries, we worked with HLP freshman students. And this helped me become really flexible with change because this was a big change in collaboration experience. My third piece of evidence is the Human Knot and Straight Line Challenge. So in 5th grade, we had the required class, the Mindset Challenge, and we had to do the Human Knot and Straight Line Challenge in that class. So for the Human Knot Challenge, we had to successfully get out of the knot without letting go of each other by collaborating. And we had to get in a straight line in birthday order by communicating with each other. And this helped me get out of my comfort zone because in 5th grade I was really shy and didn't want to talk to anyone. After my experiences in collaboration, I learned that some of my strengths are working with people I'm unfamiliar with and always doing my share in a project. And some of my weaknesses are being shy or quiet, not wanting to talk to people, and doing all the work in a group project. The second universal contract we're going to talk about is critical thinking. The definition of critical thinking involves analyzing information, making a judgment about it, and solving problems objectively. This relates to my metaphor because dogs use their critical thinking skills through their problem-solving abilities and observation skills. For example, when a dog learns commands, they use their critical thinking abilities. My first piece of evidence is my inquiry essay. So this year we had to make an essay about something we never learned about, and I chose pet psychology. And I used my critical thinking skills to evaluate my sources, organize and color code the text, and research my topic. My second piece of evidence is my refugee informative presentation. So this year after I read the book Refugee in English, we had to make a presentation about refugees, and I made one about refugee camps. And after I made this presentation, it improved my problem solving because I got really stuck on this presentation in some parts. And I used my critical thinking skills by researching my topic and making neat and organized slides. And here's my slideshow, and as you can tell, it looks neat, organized, and put together. My third piece of evidence is my long way down elevator notes. So after I read the book Long Way Down, we had to make notes for each chapter and character based off of the book, and we had to use pictures, symbols, and textual evidence in each chapter. So this helped me think outside the box and become more creative with my drawing skills. And I used my critical thinking skills to draw good pictures to resemble each character and find good textual evidence and figure out the type of sentence that the text was. After my learning experiences in critical thinking, I learned that some of my strengths are thinking creative and outside the box, and organizing my projects, and some of my weaknesses are problem solving through the tough situations and staying concentrated through a project. The third universal contract that we're going to talk about is growth mindset. The definition of growth mindset is believing that goals can be developed through dedication. This relates to my metaphor because when I feel like giving up or quitting, my dog is there to support me through the tough situations in my life. The first piece of evidence is my one-pager over the book, The Kissing Booth. So we had to make a one-pager that had symbols, pictures, textual evidence, and a summary of the book on it. And this really frustrated me because I couldn't get it all on one page, and it helped me learn from my mistakes because I could have just simplified the text. My second piece of evidence is my volleyball games. So you need to keep growth mindset in volleyball because you'll always mess up, and it doesn't help when you're just beating yourself up about one mistake. Then that will just make you play worse. So this helped me learn to embrace challenges and not get so frustrated with myself. The third piece is my how-to video in 5th grade. So in 5th grade we had to make a how-to video to teach something to the class. And I had to keep a growth mindset through this because I waited to the last second to make this, and I struggled with it a lot, and this helped me learn to take more initiative and just get things done right away. So I learned that some of my strengths and weaknesses of growth mindset are staying positive through the hard times and learning from my failures. So my weaknesses are giving up too easily and talking down on myself. The fourth universal construct we're going to talk about is productivity and accountability. The definition of productivity and accountability is demonstrating initiative, self-direction, and personal responsibility to create quality results. This relates to my metaphor because dogs can be productive by staying focused when given a goal and can demonstrate accountability by responding to training and understanding expectations. My first piece of evidence of productivity and accountability is my reminders posts, and like I said before, our group made social media posts to promote the school, and you had to stay productive through this to not let your team or partners down and to get all your work done by the end of the week. And this helped me build strong working habits throughout the year. My second piece of evidence is my book goals. So throughout all my middle school years, we had to complete a certain number of books each quarter. So I had to stay productive by getting all my books read each quarter and making sure I get them turned in. And I had to be accountable if I didn't meet a deadline. And this helped me manage my time better by just reading earlier ahead and getting all my stuff done right away. A third piece of evidence is literature circles. So we had to get in a group with people who had similar books than us and talk about a book each week as we read it, and you had to complete a task each week. So you had to be productive by finishing your weekly reading and your tasks, and accountable if you didn't finish them. After my learning experiences with productivity and accountability, I learned that some of my strengths are self-discipline and taking initiative, and some of my weaknesses are getting off task easily and having poor time management. The fifth and last universal construct we're going to talk about is complex communication. Complex communication is the ability to share and understand ideas, feelings, and information. This relates to my metaphor because dogs use their complex communication skills through their ability to interpret and respond to signals, and how my dog can read my mood and understand how I'm always feeling. So my first piece of evidence is my presentation from Get a Clue. So last year I took the master class Get a Clue, and it's a true crime class, and we had to make a presentation about a murder case, and I made my presentation about the Idaho murders, and I was really nervous to present this alone because I wasn't very good at talking in front of a crowd, and this helped me build confidence in my public speaking after I presented this, and here's the slideshow. My second piece of evidence is my What My Playlist Says About Me presentation. So at the beginning of this year, we had to make a presentation about ourselves, and at the beginning of the year, I was really nervous to present this because I wasn't quite comfortable with my class yet and didn't really want to present this, but after I did this, it also helped me learn how to express myself and build confidence in public speaking. My last piece of evidence is partner meetings. So Throughout the year, I got more comfortable with my partners and was able to talk to them more in the meetings, but at the beginning of the year, I relied on our meeting agendas and was scared to talk or ask questions in a meeting because I wasn't quite comfortable with my partners yet. And this helped me also build confidence in speaking to new people and adults. After my learning experiences with complex communication, I learned that some of my strengths are sharing a message and giving good feedback. So my weaknesses are being confident in myself and speaking loud and clear. In the future, I want to play volleyball in high school, graduate, go to college, and someday probably work with animals. Thank you so much for coming to my capstone. Do you have any questions?
Woo! Woo!
Go, Eva!
Yes.
Do we end the video now?
Yeah, you can.